right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Daily Drinks. Today we got something real special. It is our 17th year anniversary, so I figured I'd bring my wife along, and because I brought her this bottle of wine today. And the reason I bought this wine is because it is aged in whiskey barrels, and I like whiskey. She likes wine, so I figured this was the perfect take. So, anyways, this is Jessica, my beautiful bride, and we're going to go ahead and try this bottle out here today. So, Jessica, welcome to Daily Drinks.
Thank you, Chad.
And
open her up.
Well, let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
So, this is Copper and Thief's Cabernet Sauvignon. Sauvignon. So, like I said, the whole reason I bought this bottle, it is aged 3 months in bourbon barrels. And I thought that was pretty cool, so that's why I bought this kind. I'm not a huge wine person at all. We had 2 drinks my whole entire life and never liked any of them, but I'm going to give this one a shot because, you know, it's aged in bourbon barrels. Maybe it tastes like whiskey.
They are trying to get me in the whiskey world, and I don't like whiskey, so you got me wine aged in whiskey barrels.
So we're going to call this training wheels to bourbon. And this is from 2022, the vintage year. And it says it has bold and complex dark cherry notes. Have you ever had this before?
No.
Today's start. Looks like it's about 30 proof. Comes out of California.
California?
It doesn't say where else in California.
Just California.
Yeah. That's about all it has to say. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it up to you, love. Show me how you use that fancy contraption. Pop this bottle.
This was called what?
Rabbit wine bottle opener.
And I always make my friends do this. Let me think.
You got to pull that part up.
You're right.
There we go.
And I don't think you have to do, with this one, you don't have to do anything with the wrap, right? It just goes right through it. So, stick that up there. Oh, nope. You make it all the way down. Squeeze it. And then pull it up. It's like some kind of gynecology type of thing.
As you can tell, we're professional wine.
Oh, look. Up.
Success.
And then I think there's a way to get your cork. Yep. Like that.
Pretty cool.
And I think we have a place for corks somewhere down here. But rabbit wine bottle opener.
There you go.
Okay. I like get all this ugly off of there.
Got a bunch of foil left on there. All right. Well, I guess pour us a few glasses and see what we can do.
We're probably going to tell your friends that we don't necessarily know a lot about wine or how to swirl it or all the things, right? Right. Supposed to swirl it and smell it. That's part of the taste.
Oh, we're definitely going to smell it, but we are not professional wine drinkers. No. We do not claim to be, but
So I think you're supposed to give it a good swirl and then give it a good smell. And that's part of the experience. It actually smells amazing.
It smells like a real heavy grape juice. What about you? What do you got?
Oh, so far so good.
You ain't got any tasting notes? Noses?
It smells like grape juice.
Grape juice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Copper Thief.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Down the hatch. Let's try it out. Yuck.
Yuck. I actually really like it.
Well, that's one yuck and one really like. So, what do you think? How does it taste?
So, I'm not really familiar with tasting notes.
Well, just make shit up. What do you
okay. So, my favorite is Camus. And I just like that. And I really haven't ever bought anything else because I just like that, right? This is so compared to Camus, I would say stronger taste. It's a little less smooth, but not bottom shelf less smooth. There's bottom shelf wines where you're like, I don't know how to explain it, but this I would buy again.
So you would say this is smooth in the wine. Not as smooth as middle range smooth. Middle of the shelf smooth.
Middle shelf. I would say middle shelf. It'll like go right there in the middle on our rack. And I would totally feed it to my friends.
So this is a good bring to a party wine. I don't know. I just can't get behind wine. It's a real rotten grapey tasting drink. I'm sure it's probably amazing to some people. But
the only thing that bothers me about wine, I love the taste of wine. But sometimes when I see the videos of the winemaking and the people in their bare feet, I want to vomit, and then I don't drink wine for like 2 weeks, and I have to get that out of my head. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Crushing the grapes? Grosses me out.
I wonder if that's how they do it there.
Well, I don't want to know.
All right, so apparently, though, we're supposed to be getting sweetness and vanilla aromas, and our smoky aged bourbon cask gives the wine a depth and another dimension of flavor.
So with the smell, think about that. I don't know that I'm picking up on any vanilla, but the wood from that bourbon barrel, I could actually
What
not
about
necessarily taste, but I can smell it.
what about dark cherry and blackberry notes and a hint of subtle spice?
Dark cherry and blackberry. Let me see. Maybe the blackberry.
All right. Well, what would you say? Is this a buy or not?
Yeah, I would buy it.
You would
Yeah,
buy this again.
I would
All
buy
right,
it.
folks. So there you go.
But to it.
This was, I think, right at about $20. Not very expensive. So, in my opinion, if you're looking for a cheap gift, a good party drink, something like that, the Copper and Thief Cellarmaster's Cabernet Sauvignon.
It's
Choice.
inexpensive, but it looks high end.
It's a good looking.
So I can call it cheap gift. I would say it really looks like a nice gift, actually. It's higher end. I love the design.
Good looking
And
bottle.
I don't think anyone would balk at how this tastes.
All right.
Especially if you're opening up a bottle at an event and feeding it to everyone. I think it's great.
No.
Thanks for having wine with me.
Yeah.
You gonna finish it?
I will finish it. All right. Well, with that, that is our 17th year marriage anniversary daily drink special. And we will see you next time. Cheers
Cheers.
and enjoy.